Welcome to SWTV, Sylvia with the Voice, your ultimate source for the most abnormal news and wildest reactions on the internet. I'm Sylvia, and we need to talk about what is happening in these streets. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button because it's about to get weird. Let's go. New developments in the Nolan Wells case, y'all. An independent autopsy has reportedly brought new attention to the circumstances surrounding his death. So what do we know about the latest results and what questions remain unanswered? Let's take a closer look, y'all.
Independent autopsy show his cause of death is undetermined pending further investigation. Ben Crump, the family's attorney, announced the findings earlier in Chicago. He says the autopsy was performed 4 days after the 18-year-old's body was found on the shore of Horn Island in Mississippi. Crump also said the doctor who performed the autopsy could not rule out foul play.
In the preliminary discussion opinion, this forensic pathologist identified several limitations during the second autopsy that create barriers to establishing a definitive cause and manner of death for Nolan Xavier Wells.
NBC News national correspondent Aaron Gilchrist joins me now from Chicago. So, Aaron, so many unanswered questions still after this independent autopsy. You spoke with the attorney, Ben Crump, earlier. What did he tell you? And how soon will we get the other autopsy, the one done by Jackson County Coroner's Office?
Yeah, Vicky, we don't know. I'll answer that question first. We don't know when we'll see that particular autopsy, the official one done by the state, partly because a grand jury will have to review the investigative file, which will include the autopsy. And so it may be a while before the public gets to see any of that. The family may get some of the information a little bit sooner than the rest of us. I did ask Ben Crump about this particular independent autopsy that he had done and the fact that there are still many questions that the forensic pathologist who did the examination still has. And he said partly because there's information that the state's examiner was able to get early on that the independent autopsy just isn't going to have access to in the short term. They're hoping to be able to get access to some of that information so that they can do a more thorough report for this independent autopsy and give that to the family, who I should mention were in the room as we were getting the really graphic details about what was in that autopsy report. I want you to hear from Nolan Wells' parents today.
Knowing that a part of me I will never talk to, I will never hold.
It is our hope that our local authorities will do what they need to do, because us having the preliminary autopsy results and hearing nothing from them, it's heartbreaking and it's concerning, which again.
And Vicky, I think it's also worth noting that because of the sort of incomplete nature of what this medical examiner was able to pull together, he also said that he can't rule out if a non-accidental factor contributed to Nolan's death.
And Aaron, the United Cajun Navy, they helped search for Nolan. They're pushing back against some of Ben Crump's claims. What are they saying?
So one member of that organization did an interview yesterday, I believe, on a podcast and said that Nolan's body was found face down and fully clothed in the water on July 6th. And Ben Crump repeated that today in this news conference. It wasn't clear on whether he was repeating what he read in reports about that interview or if he was told that himself. The Cajun Navy did put out a statement later on saying that they did not tell the family that that was the condition in which they found, which they observed Nolan. He said, "I observed the body from the air and he was visibly wearing only swim trunks that matched the photos taken of him that day." Crump misrepresented what the United Cajun Navy said.
Please remember to comment, like, subscribe. We'll continue the conversation in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.